Hello, and today's lesson is on why James I became King of England. So James I was Elizabeth's cousin. So 1603, yeah, and London is in mourning. Their queen, the last surviving daughter of Henry VIII, was dead. And this created a problem because Elizabeth had no heir. She had no children, so no natural successors to the throne. So what Elizabeth had done is she had named James I of Scotland, James VI of Scotland, I beg your pardon, as heir to the throne. He became James I of England, which is why I said that then. The reason why she picked him, he was already a king, so he had experience of being a monarch. Importantly, he was Protestant, so he wasn't going to come down and start changing the way the religion was run throughout England. And it was a way of uniting England and uniting Scotland. So this is known as the unification of the crown. This is the first time that England and Scotland had the same king. And the theory behind, from what Elizabeth was thinking, was that this would prevent any future wars and peace would prevail. One important thing to remember, though, is by naming James as heir to the throne, it did in fact end the Tudor line. This was the end of the Tudor dynasty because James was in fact a Stuart. So this was in fact the start of the Stuart dynasty. So you've got a task now, and you're going to be having a look at different opinions of James, and you're going to be deciding whether or not he was a good king or whether he was a bad king. And to do that, you've got some information that I've popped into Google Classroom for you. You should also be able to see a version of this table. You've got positive qualities and actions and negative qualities and actions. So you need to look through the information you've got, the sources you've got, and the actions he did, and decide whether or not that was positive or negative. So I've given you an example here from the first one. He was lacking in self-respect and undignified in appearance. He had a big head, slobbering tongue, and padded clothes and rickety legs. So I put that as a negative, those as negative qualities. Now you don't need to write the whole of the source out, maybe just select some key points from it. And it might well be that you might get one piece of information from a source that's negative and another piece that's positive. So just highlight those points in each relevant column. Again, if you need to, pause it there, have a look at the statements, have a look at the headings, take your time, go back over them if you need to. And so what I need you to do now is I want you to come up with an overall opinion of James. Was he a good king or was he a bad king? And you're going to do that in the form of just writing a P paragraph. So remember, you need a point, evidence, explain. Point, I think that James was a good or bad king. Give an example from the sources that you've got there, and explain why that summarizes whether he's good or bad. And at the bottom there, I've given you a few words that may help you when writing your paragraph. Again, pause the video as you need to. So that kind of brings us to the end of this little video. Look after yourselves as ever, stay safe, and hopefully we will catch up soon. Thank you. Goodbye.